Yo, what's good? It's your boy Kurt, and today, man, we have another reaction, no? Today, we have another Casual Chuck reaction. We're going to react to SB19 Story, Episode 7. Title nun is Vengeance. I mean, di pa na makapaniwala na we have Episode 7 now, no? Parang nung nakaraan lang, no? Nag-react tayo sa SB19 Stories, but now we have Episode 7, no? And, title is Vengeance. I mean, nilabas ni Casual Chuck tong video na to 4 days ago. So, basically, nilabas niya to before nung SB19 Simula at Wakas kickoff concert. No? So, I don't know if huli na ba tayo sa panonood nito. No, I feel like sinadya ni Casual Chuck ilabas to before concert. But, yeah, I mean, kung late na tayo. Wala tayo magagawa doon. But we have Vengeance. Ooh. Well, I'm really excited, man. Without no further ado, let's get it.
Pay very close attention to these clips. This is SB19 at their most broken state. And there's one thing in common behind these emotional breakdowns. Family. In my years of supporting them, never have I ever seen them break down
Ano daw?
In my years of supporting
Let's not pass P-pop as original its plagiar. Oh, come on, man. Janus Del Prado. What the hell? I mean, nakita ko na to. Pinakita sa atin to ni Casual Chuck sa mga SB19 story. Itong tweet ba to? Or post ni Janus Del Prado, no? But yeah, I mean, it's just wrong.
them, never have I ever seen them break down because of their critics and bashers.
O nga pala, wait lang. I mean, nakakalimutan ko itanong sa inyo to eh. Bakit ba bano? Meron bang nag-iba siyang parang like an inside joke, tawagin silang mga bano? Kasi galing ba yun sa mga haters, tinawag silang bano? Tapos parang naging inside joke na lang sa 18? But I don't know, bakit siya tinawag na bano, no?
Emotional breakdowns. Family. In my years of supporting them, never have I ever
You know, SB19, bano. I mean, it's posted by SB19, no? But SB19, bano. What? Bakit ba bano?
seen them break down because of their critics and bashers. Except for this
Oh, sorry, you're posting too much in here, but
them break down because of
this one, wait. This is posted by Justin? Ingin naman ang kanta nila. What?
their critics and bashers. Except for this infamous interview. SB19 were called gay and accused of imitating K-pop.
Oh, come on, man. You know what? I'm actually so curious, no? About this interview. But at the same time, I don't wanna rage, no? Yung sa mga video natin. I feel like sobrang dami ko ng video. Especially sa mga docus ni Casual Chuck na lagi nila akong sa trigger, no? But I'm actually so curious, no? Kung ano nangyari dito sa interview na to. Gusto ko siyang mapanood. And at the same time, ayoko matrigger, no? But I'm so curious.
Bothered by the fact that you sound like a kid.
Tatang Robin rushed in to back them up. They were fine at first, smiling as they try to keep it together.
Nung questioning sa atin nung una natin, offensive.
Until they can't.
Sino ba kayo? Ganun lang.
Ay, wow.
You can see tears in their eyes as they're trying to fight back as doubt starts creeping in. Then comes darkness in their eyes as if something inside just snapped. You see, even
Ito si Casual Chuck, napaka-galing niya mag-narrate, no? And parang mag-storytelling, kumbaga. Kasi naririnig mo yung parang emotion sa boses niya. and at the same time the background music, you know, nag-rise, no? Sumasabay sa ano ba tawag doon? Ano ba tawag sa pagtaas ng boses? Rising intonation ng boses ni Casual Chuck, no? So, ganda nun. So, I guess that's the reason why the title is Vengeance, because of this fucking interview.
Darkness in their eyes as if something inside just snapped. You see, even the toughest people can be broken. But throughout life, only one thing could put that look in a man's eyes. Vengeance.
It would be like they're listening to the Avengers of the Philippines.
Hey!
Pero para sa akin, yun yung masarap i-achieve eh. Yung mga bagay na imposible.
Lalo na pag sinabi sa yung imposible mo magawa yun, no? Ang sarap ipamukha, no? Hala na nagawa mo. And what the hell is this? Anong kanta to? Anong music video to? Ba't parang merong action scene?
Yung masarap i-achieve eh. Yung mga bagay na imposible.
Oh, shit.
Masarap kasi sa pakaramdam na ano, yung mga basher yung dati, kinakain nila yung salita nila ngayon.
Let's go. Casual Chuck, intros and outros, no? Laging sobrang hype, man.
SB19 paved the way. You might be used to seeing the statement in the comment section of any SB19 related video,
Yep.
especially in response to those who doubt or downplay SB19's impact in the music industry. A chorus of fans will say this on repeat. Some find this repetition tiresome, annoying, even cult-like. But you know what? I'm one of those cult members, proclaiming this truth. It can't be overstated. If you understand how hard it was for SB19 to pave the way and blaze the trail, it's like being sent on an expedition into the unknown to achieve an insurmountable task. To put the Philippines
I like what you did there, Casual Chuck. Putting Attack on Titan, no? Yung scene na yun is si Erwin. I mean, yun yung scene kung saan mamimili yung mga, I don't know, nakalimutan ko tawag sa kanila. Basta yung mga trainee, kung saan sila mag-stay. Kung gusto ba nila maging survey corp or gusto nilang maging, you know, nakalimutan ko yung iba. Basta yung maging police inside the wall, no? So, again, ang natira lang doon sila, Eren, sila, of course, Mikasa, Armin, and Miguel nila, sila Bertold and Reiner. So, ang ganda lang kasi venture to the unknown, sabi niya, di ba? And again, dun sa scene na yon, pinili nila maging survey corp kahit na hindi nila alam kung ano yung meron sa labas. Like, even Erwin and like Levi, like the survey corp that they have, like the veteran, tenured, pwede ba tenured? Ano trabaho? Like the veteran survey corp, hindi pa nila talaga nalilibot yung buong labas ng pader. No, so venture to the unknown. Ang ganda ng ginawa niya doon na lagay niya yung Attack on Titan.
I'm one of those cult members, proclaiming this truth. It can't be overstated. If you understand how hard it was for SB19 to pave the way and blaze the trail, it's like being sent on an expedition into the unknown to achieve an
Ayun, send an expedition to the unknown. Mas maganda. Kasi expedition, like Survey Corp is doing an expedition outside the wall, you know, to check kung gaano kalayo and may madidiscover ba sila, ba't may mga Titan. No, yeah. And also this one of the best episodes on season 1, right? This is the Annie part.
insurmountable task to put the Filipino music on the map. And if they won't be able to make it, at least they would have tried to leave their mark.
For those
Yeah,
who
sure.
come after. Right?
While other entertainment companies are hesitant to send their artists to war,
I bet you the YouTube video that comes out afterwards is going to sound sick. And then it doesn't, and then our names on something that's not sick. Correct.
SB19 were thrown into the fire and gladly welcomed the challenge. They performed in malls no matter
Taking
if
risk,
many people ignored them. They also performed in schools, orphanages, elevator lobbies, birthday parties, and even on the streets. A tradition they continue to this day.
Even on the streets, no? But with Niana? Let's go.
Birthday parties and even on the streets. A tradition they continue to this day. And most of these performances, they did for
Like, come on, just imagine, no? Ano kaya pakiramdam nila? Pag naalala nila yung nagpe-perform sila, iilan lang yung nanonood, no? Sabi nga ni Stel to sa concert, kasi again, halos na puno yung day 2, no? So sabi niya, grabe, kasi day 1, day 2 pinuno, no? Sabi ni Stel doon, dati 250 lang kayo, ah. So ano kayo pakiramdam, no? Dati nagpe-perform sila like, wala pa atang 50 yung nanonood sa may mall, di ba? Tapos now, yun naman, grabe.
for free. But saying yes to every challenge comes with great risks. The kind of risk that could destroy their career before it even takes off. Back in early 2019, the boys were slated to perform as a side act at the fan meet of 2 visiting K-pop idols. SB19 were ready to go like it was just another performance night. After the main Korean act finished their intro number, they handed their mics to SB19 for the intermission. The show's host also handed off his mic. So Justin, Pablo, and Stel got their mics, while Josh and Ken were like, what a
Oh, okay. This is the Love Goes. Love Goes to, di ba? Nag-perform siya ng Love Goes. I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. Love Goes to, di ba? Nag-perform siya ng Love Goes. 3 lang yung mic nila. So, sobrang na-amaze pa rin ako nung paano ginawa yun. Like, just imagine performing, all of you is going to sing, and then at the same time, you're dancing, no? Pero magkapasa-pasahan kayo ng mic, like, paano nyo gagawin yun? Paano nyo masasakto, no? Pero they did it, man. They fucking did it.
What about us? The host answered, I'm sorry guys, but these 3 mics are all you got. This all happened in the last minute before SB19's performance. They had 2 options. Play it safe by backing out, or go all in, risking the possibility of messing up their lines and
Let's go.
choreography. There were only 3 mics for 5 guys. But what happened next is just stuff of legends.
Yeah. See that? Like, kung wala kang idea, no, kung papanoorin mo tong video na to, wala kang idea na 3 mic lang yung gamit nila, hindi mo makapansin na 3 mic lang yung gamit nila eh. Sobrang suwabe. Alam mo, parang pinractice nila. 'Di ba? Ganun kaswabe yung yung pasahan nila ng mic, no? Wala kang makikita na, uy, asan na yung mic? Or nagka-panic habang like sa blocking, 'di ba? Kasi hahabulin mo yung mic. Hindi. Sobrang suwabe, men.
And this is how they earn the respect of many fans. If the world was ending and it would take one ultimate performance to save it, I'm betting on SB19 because for me, they are the most clutch performers ever.
Yep.
I just know that they will never let me.
I mean, that's the definition of clutch, man. Kung anong ginawa nila doon. Phew.
Because for me, they are the most clutch.
I mean, I feel like, pag, kunyari, nasa sitwasyon ka na mabubuhay or mamamatay, no? And kailangan mo mamili ng isang grupo or artist or performer na magpa-perform impromptu. Man, sobrang flexible nila, no?
Performers ever. I just know that they will never let me down because they always perform with a vengeance, like there's no tomorrow. And they have already proven this on world stages. After all, these 5 just have it. The guts paired with the ability to execute under heavy pressure, even if things don't go their way. Like their own company, turning on them.
Fans have recently observed
Yeah.
alterations on their social media accounts and promotional materials, notably the absence of the name SB19.
I don't want to bore you with legal terms, so let me explain what happened in the simplest way.
So, ano ba nangyari doon? Muntik ba na hindi nila magamit yung name na SB19 ulit? So, kaya may parang period na parang hindi nila ginagamit yung pangalang SB19 because of Show BT.
The boys' contract with Show BT had just expired and they had decided to opt out of renewing it to instead build their own company. In the midst of the Pagtatag World Tour, Show BT chose to hold the SB19 name hostage. They were suddenly not permitted to use the name they had nurtured and strengthened, throwing their immediate future into chaos. So they had to come to an
Okay.
arrangement that would allow them to use their name again through an amicable agreement, which I presume to be a ridiculous amount of money or a hefty cut from their income as SB19. All of this happened in the last quarter of 2023. This was obviously a major setback to SB19's newly
Totoo.
formed company, Onesie Entertainment. But remember how I described them as clutch performers? Turns out that they are also clutch when it comes to making major business decisions. Sorry to disappoint you, Show BT.
Seto Kaiba.
trap card. Solo projects.
Oh, shit. Oh man, hindi ko alam na magaling din pala si Casual Chuck mag-dubbing, no? Seto Kaiba, no? Ginawa niyang Yu-Gi-Oh! Ang galing nun.
BT. You triggered my trap card.
Solo projects.
Historically, when group members start going solo, it usually leads to the group's decline,
Uh-huh.
even downfall or disbandment. But for SB19, their solo projects kept their previous company from pocketing free lunch money off of their labors, while slowly funding their own baby, Onesie. Not gonna lie, that is one hell of a genius way to exact
That's a fucking genius work, no? Again, if they keep on working as SB19, like under SB19, the group, they have to keep on, I assume, pay, or they have to keep on paying Show BT by using SB19, but because they have solo projects, like individually, I assume that's what Casual Chuck meant in here. So again, hindi naman nila ginagamit yung SB19 na pangalan because it's a solo project, no? Under their name.
vengeance. And boy oh boy how their solo careers flourished.
Yeah.
Philip didn't waste time as he released his Bisaya language single Kanako right in time for Christmas.
I mean, you know, Philip never miss, man.
2023. Followed by Justin's first solo release, his international caliber Sunday Morning cover in January 2024.
Oh, shit. Cover ng Sunday Morning.
And then a month later,
Darkness
it took us to a different
is
world with
over.
Surreal.
Oh, shit. By the way, di pa natin nakapanood to, no? Ay, napakinggan. Pakinggan natin yung parang kasunod nito, sabi niyo? Pero ito, yung una dapat. Okay. Diba natin napakinggan to?
A couple of months after, Philip was still on his path to vengeance with Fake Faces.
So don't tell me it's wrong, 'cause
It's not.
I don't trust nobody.
Then in June, Stel dropped his Room EP,
Oh,
which
can you
made
read the
most
Room?
of his fans jealous of this girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
In July, this other girl annoyed the heck out of everyone in Justin's Kaibigan music video.
By the way, the music video for this is, I mean, may twist, no? I mean, I don't know, but ko pa, na pinipigil, no? Na ma-spoil kayo. I mean, most of you already watched the music video for this, but I assume, baka may naligaw sa inyo na hindi nyo pa napapanood yung music video na to. I mean, the twist on this music video is, how can I say this? Like, nakakaasar. Nakakaasar. So, yeah.
Video.
Natatakot ako baka may
Ayan o, yung part na yan. Ay, pinakita.
Philip
Well, pinakita na ni ano, ni Casual Chuck. No? So, yun na.
as usual stayed vengeful when he released his 7 Sins album.
10 out of 10 album, man.
Then come September,
Oh, she-
Josh decided it's his turn with his gritty Lost and Found album.
Nakagat ang dila hanggang mawala ang sakit na.
And finally followed by Pablo's double album Alon Adlaon.
Ay.
I'm telling you, their individual talents leveled up like crazy in their solo era. Justin's world building, Philip's unapologetic creativity, Stell's aura farming, Josh's storytelling, and
Stell's
Pablo's
aura
pen game were the
farming,
major
no?
highlights.
I mean, Stell is like what the fuck? I forgot the name. Yung bida ng solo leveling si Song Jin-woo. Si Song Jin-woo ng ng SB19.
For me. And this only strengthened their fan base, who got more invested as they found out more about how strong each member truly is. And because of these solo projects, it became a very productive year for 1Z. But for Show BT, not so much. Because the boys didn't release much as a group.
What the hell? Si Tyler 1 ba yun?
Show BT, not so much.
Si Tyler 1 nga.
Because the boys didn't release much as a group, just a few collabs from here and there. SB19 basically got him on a checkmate with vengeance. It must have been very frustrating for Show BT, so much so that they decided to abandon the trademark that same year, which allowed 1Z to register it under them.
Yes,
and as of December
sir.
27, 2024, the name SB19 and its trademark finally belonged to its rightful owner.
Let's
The
go.
major setback was finally over. And because of this,
Ngayon malaya na silang gumalaw, no? Malaya na sila sa ilabas yung creativity nila na walang ibang iniisip, no? Kaya mas halimo na sila ngayon, no? Kaysa nung nakita natin noon.
I can't help but feel that SB19 is somehow protected from bad things by some greater force we don't fully understand. Don't you agree? In movies, you can call it plot armor.
Yep.
Or in life, it's what some may call karma. Remember these journalists in the intro?
Bothered by the
Balik na naman tayo
fact that
dito.
you sound like a kid.
The guy who accused SB19 of imitating K-pop is this guy.
Thank you naman for inviting me again to your show.
He was a
Ikaw pala yon. Ikaw pala yung boses na yon. Itsura pa lang eh. Alam mo yung mga itsura ng no? Nang makikita mo ng alas 6 ng umaga na may hawak na walis pero hindi naman nagwawalis, no? Nakatayo sa halos gitna na ng daan tapos kausap niya yung kapitbahay niya na may hawak din na walis pero hindi naman nagwawalis.
imitating K-pop is this guy.
Thank you naman for inviting me again to your show.
He was a feared entertainment columnist known for his brutally candid and
Who is Aisa, Red? Sino nga ba si Aisa at bakit siya kinakatakutan sa mundo ng showbiz? Si Aisa or Isa ay kilala dahil sa kanyang prangka at walang takot na pagtatanong sa mga artista sa mga press conference at media gatherings. Okay, so again, there is difference between pagiging prangka, para sa, for the sake of the interview. No, of course, nagiging prangka siya, pero meron siyang sinusunod na like topic as an interviewer, 'di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng prangka ka lang na walang dahilan, 'di ba? Interviewer ka, there's a difference between that prangka dun sa prangka na wala ng lugar, na wala na sa lugar, like prangka lang, 'di ba? Kasi pwede kayong magkaprangkahan ng kaaway mo, right? Pwede kayong magsabihan ng masakit na salita. Maprangkay mo siya na, ikaw, ang baho ng bunganga mo. Nag-toothbrush ka ba? Yung bagang mo ang baho. Di ba? Kung gano'n, di ba? Maprangkay mo siya. Ang tagal-tagal ko nang nagtitimpe sa'yo. Mga gano'n. Ang baho ng bagang mo. So yung mga ganung bagay, again, prank ka lang yun, no? Wala kang sinusunod, nag-aaway kayo. Wala kang sinusunod na kahit ano, di ba? Pero, ito kasi, interviewer siya, no? I mean, okay lang maging prank ka as an interviewer, no? Pero ilagay mo sa lugar. Ilagay mo sa topic ng interview mo, no? Iba yung prank ka mo, di ba? Again, okay lang maging prank ka eh. Di ba? Pero iba na yung wala sa lugar. I mean, you get what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm actually explaining this properly. Kung ano yung nasa isip ko. Pero, kasi yung gusto ko sabihin. Diba? May dalawang klase ng prangka. And either prangka ka na, na hindi professional or prangka ka pero professional. Parang lalong gumulo. Ayoko na nga.
Relevant questions to artists. Just a month after SB19's Go Up press conference, he passed away.
What the fuck? What? What?
For his brutally candid and irrelevant questions to artists. Just a month after SB19's Go Up press conference, he passed away.
I mean, rest in peace, man. Come on. I mean, you got done by the force, man. Ano sabi ni Casual Chuck doon? Unseeable force? Ibig sabi niya? Man. Nakaliwa ka na. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, man. What the hell?
The one who questions Tel's gender is this guy. The same guy.
Okay, so, I mean, nakita ko na yung mukha niya pero sa ibang Casual Chuck docu na pero hindi ko alam na yan pala yung mukha mo. Si Dominic Rea. Okay?
Who asked this question to Beyond Zero?
Ano ang meron kayo? Ang Beyond Zero?
Oo, sa Beyond Zero pala. Nakakatawa eh, no? Nakakatawa eh. Lahat ng yung mga interviewer, lahat ng mga tinapat sa kanila, no, nakakatawa na lang ngayon. Like, imagine mo na lang, no, yung Beyond Zero, nag-expect sila, no? Merong time na nag-expect sila na kaya nilang taasan yung SB19. No, merong time, no? Yung nakakatawa doon, no? Merong time na akala nila mas mataas sila sa SB19. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. Si mga napanood ko yung concert ng SB19. I mean, yung tingin ko sa SB19 nag-level up pa ng sobra, no? So, sobrang nakakatawa ngayon na inisip ng Beyond Zero nung nagsisimula sila na kaya lang angatan. SB19, sobrang nakakatawa lang.
Same guy who asked this question to Beyond Zero.
Ano ang meron kayo? Beyond Zero na wala sa SB19? As we all know, SB19
has a K-pop influence so sila, pero silang hip-hop, so yun yung magiging parang edge, yung sabi niya doon, nila.
the K-pop influence, the Korean influence. But we, Beyond Zero, came from the dance community at first hand. And kami, we have that hip-hop influence and we're very proud of that. And we really think na yung pagiging part namin ng hip-hop community, yun yung magbibigay sa amin ng edge to go global. As all of you know that we are actually TikTokers before all of this happened.
Again, hindi nyo kinataas yun. Hindi nyo kinataas yun, naging TikToker kayo, no? Kasi parang, as all of you know that we are actually TikTokers. We are actually TikTokers. So because of that, I mean, we are higher than SB19 because we are actually TikTokers. Yung mga ganun ba?
And the same guy who said this to Callista.
Inabot nyo rin ang launching ng SB19. Sana lang sa dulo, mas mataas pa rin kayo sa SB19 dahil inabot nyo ang launching.
He's still active to this day on his Facebook page with 32k followers, posting gossip about celebrities. But looking at the level of engagement he gets, not many.
Come on, man. Dominic Rhea, what the fuck are you doing? But again, I mean, there is a little bit of truth doon sa sinabi niya sa Callista. I assume mas bongga nga yung launching ng Callista because we all know yung umpisa ng SB19, I mean, they actually started from the bottom, but now we're here. No? Started from the bottom, now we're here. Pero, I mean, that's not even you cannot flex that. Na mas bongga yung launching mo kaysa sa kanila. I mean, parang sinabi mo, parang sinabi mong sa private school ka na grade 1 tapos ito sa public school. Pero, ang graduate ito nga sa public school tapos ikaw nag-drop out ka, no? So, it doesn't matter. Diba? You getting what, my analogy there? It doesn't matter if you go to a private school and this other guy goes to public school pero nakagraduate siya and ikaw hindi. So, yun yung pinagkaiba nun. I guess, Callista has, mas magarbong launching. I mean, maybe they have like companies backing them, backing their group nang nilaunch sila. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun kalibel, no? And again, that's true. I mean, I assume mas grabe yung, or mas bongga yung pagka-launch ng Callista sa SB19 because we all know, I mean, SB19 always almost like broke up because of their first single, diba? Naging single muna yung Go Up, right? Before it becomes an album or it becomes part of their album. No. What the fuck am I saying? No, na again, diba? Umpisa nag-flop yung Go Up ng SB19. Tapos sobrang napansin lang dahil sa dance practice. So, yeah, I mean, you get what I'm saying.
Many people seem to care anymore. But what about Beyond Zero? Honestly, I don't know. All of the members disappeared except for their leader.
Ikaw ba naman kasi gumawa ng poster na ganun ka-cringy? Tangina, mawawala talaga kayo eh. Look at this shit.
Leader, who is now happily performing? No.
Like
the member.
Look at that shit. Gagawa pa naman kasi kayo ng ganyan eh, di ba? Tinulugan tuloy kayo eh.
Disappeared except for their leader, who is now happily performing as a drag queen. What about Callista? Well, they're still active.
Galing kaming hip-hop.
Down to 4 members.
Alam niyo yung yung dinis ni MGK si Eminem, di ba? Sa sobrang nalubog si MGK, nagpalit siya ng genre, di ba? Ganun yung nangyari.
From the original 6. They're doing okay,
Oh,
having
okay.
just released their latest song, which they even did a TikTok with Stell and Justin.
Yeah, I feel like itong mga P-pop group naman natin, no, parang hindi naman na sila nag-aaway-aaway, I guess. No, I feel like ang nagsisteer ng ng away is mga interviewer, mga fans, mga toxic na fans, no. Kaya nagkakaroon ng parang issue kahit wala naman dapat.
Now I'm sure you recognize these folks. Instead of supporting their fellow countrymen, they resorted to mocking SB.
Yan yung sinabi nila na halos ayun, unrecognizable na parang di na Pilipino, dapat magbahag sila, something like that. Like, what the fuck are you saying, man?
SB19's appearance and branding them as K-pop copycats. Because of the backlash they received, they deleted their video without any apology and moved on as if nothing had happened. Then just a few months ago, one of them did something quite surprising. Renz Verano performed SB19's Go Up. The same exact song they criticized 5 years ago.
Bakit yun? Ngayon, nilulunok niyo yung mga sinuka niyo? I mean, God damn, man.
Now who's the real copycat? Another set of infamous brashers are these brothers.
K-pop.
Sino ba itong dalawang to? What the hell?
Lima pala sila. K-pop pangit.
Their reaction video gained a lot of views, but all for the wrong reasons. So where are they now? I don't know what happened to one brother, but the main owner of the channel remains active on YouTube.
Okay.
He changed his channel's name and now vlogs about his life as a person with disability because he sustained a spine injury in 2022. That's 2 years after they reacted to SB19. Now I didn't put
I mean, guys, come on. I mean, I think it's time for you guys to stop, hating SB19. Lalo na kung wala naman kayong dahilan kung bakit. Hindi ko sinasabi to dahil, again, I'm an 18 or dahil gusto ko yung SB19, no? Sinasabi ko to sa inyo para sa inyo din. Kasi baka mapano kayo eh. There's an unseeable force, no? Na pumapalibot sa SB19, man. And, I mean, para sa inyo tong advice ko, no? Ayokong makitang lumagap pa kayo sa daan or something like that. No, hindi ko gusto mangyari yun. Or bigla na lang kayo ma-diagnose ng kung ano-ano. Man. Please. It's for you.
put him in this video to say, boo-hoo, he deserves it. He's included because I owe the community an update. And I strongly discourage going to his channel to get back at him. Instead,
Yeah. By the way, nag-joke lang tayo dito Tayo lang dito sa video na to, no? Again, all this is just a joke, no? Of course, sobrang nakakalungkot yung nangyari sa kanya. Pero, I mean, hindi tayo, sabi ni Pablo? Ano sabi ni Pablo? So, please lang, huwag kayo pupunta doon. Hayaan siya mag-hate, pero hindi tayo bababa sa level na yun.
Please show him some love because I think he's now a changed man.
Ang taong naninira sa kapwa ay siyang kaawa-awa. Tanggalin ang inggit upang ikaw ay lumigaya at di kaawa-awa.
There are many more people who criticized SB19 before, then fell off after a while. Others started to doubt.
Meron nga pala si Ted Filon. Ted Filon, paborito pa naman kita. Why?
Others and made a sudden turnaround to become SB19 fans after receiving some backlash. Whether they are genuine or not, it's all up to you. But I've decided to not.
Yeah, by the way, those 4, yan. Ano pangalan nila? Anong na to? Pangalan grupo na to? I mean, hindi nyo ako pwedeng mapilit na ngayon gusto na nila. Gusto na nila yung sabi nga nila, di ba? Sa video na nag-apologize sila agad ng SB. Suddenly parang gusto na nila yung SB19 sa hate na natanggap nila. I mean, hindi ako naniniwala, no? Hindi ako naniniwala. Tumigil kayo.
Backlash. Whether they are genuine or not, it's all up to you. But I've decided to not cover them in detail as I didn't want this video to become unnecessarily long.
Yeah, I like what you did there. To become unnecessarily long because those fucking shit is unnecessary.
So going back, SB19 started 2025 with their name under their full control. So they didn't waste any time and dropped the trailer of their finale EP Simula't Wakas on January.
Come on, man, not finale. By the way, pero kaming kwentuhan nun nung sa concert habang waiting kami mag-start, no? Again, this is the finale to this trilogy, no? Pero I feel like magkakaroon ng panibagong chapter, no? Hindi pwedeng finale na to na EP, no? Maybe they are going to release a new and a full album, no? Because ang tagal na ng unang album right? Get in the Zone. Come on, man. Bata pa sila doon, no? I feel like it's actually time for a new album, no? Like a full-length album, man. Ooh, that's a fucking... Let's go! Oh, man. Bigla akong na-excite, sa theory na magkaka-album sila. Daming ganda nun.
Going back, SB19 started 2025 with their name under their full control. So they didn't waste any time and dropped the trailer of their finale EP Simula at Wakas on January 31st. And let me just say that I don't think any artist has done anything like it because they managed to seamlessly put together the biggest songs in one epic soundtrack, matching it with amazing visuals full of Easter.
Yeah, di ba? Yung ano nito, trailer nito, yung parang instrumental niya is yung mga pinaka tumatak nilang kanta. Di ba? If you remember?
Eggs.
You know? Diba? Napaka-seamless pa, no? Sino kaya yung ano na ito? Gumawa?
Everybody was just left in awe as the trailer gave us an unbearable sense of anticipation of what's to come. And it didn't help when they announced that we had to wait for a month for the first song. So patiently, we waited. Then, SB19 solo projects from last year started paying off as each member racked up award after award. There were so many awards that mentioning all of them here will make this video super long. Now talking about awards made me remember these two pricks because they cried over Joshua Win.
Yung si Ato. Relevant pa ba yung Ato na yan? I mean, di ako updated nung kay Ato Kasi I feel like kay Paulul pa nga lang, dinulog na ni Paulul to si Ato Diba? Hindi na relevant to Dahil na meron pa tong take recently, by the way. By the way, meron siyang take tukol sa LGBTQ. Diba? Ito sa parang podcast nila. Which is an a motherfucking L take, man. What the fuck, Ato? You're just getting L's and L's and L's walang tigil, no? Pahinga ka naman. ayaw mo na bang mahalin ka ng tao, ng mga fans mo, man? Just taking L's, no?
Winning the hip-hop song of the year from Wish. This guy Ato posted a video acting like a self-proclaimed spokesperson of the hip-hop community.
Paano nangyari yun? Ay, hindi rin namin alam, boss. Hindi rin namin alam. Puta kami. Kung gulat na gulat ka, mas gulat na gulat din kami. Hip-hop song of the year, boss. Tayo na kahit yung lupay-pay ni Haring Mangi, silat ka dun, boss Hindi rin namin alam, boss. Huwag mo sa amin itanong.
While Abra dissed Josh and SB19 in a song that he hoped would be his comeback to glory.
Carbon copy ng K-pop fake.
Sorry, may sakit ako May sakit ako ngayon, may ubo ako. But, by the way, gusto ko lang sabihin, no? Itong wrong move kasi. Wrong move tong ginawa ni Abre. I don't know. I mean, di ko kasi maisip kung bakit niyan titirahan yung SB19. Di ba? I mean, bigyan nyo nga ako ng ano sa comment. Kasi, I mean, di ko alam sa inyo Pero ako, gusto ko yung si Abre. I mean, kinalakihan ko yan Paborito ko yan. I feel like, kaya naman niya mag-comeback nang hindi siya, alam mo yun, nang didis ng iba. Para lang dahil sikat yung, again, I feel like, itong 2025, no? Wala pa tayo sa magkakalahati pa lang tayo. Taon na to ng SB19 eh, no? Alam mo na eh, buong kalahati na to, sa kanila lahat umikot yung ano natin, music community natin, no? Sila yung pinakamalaki ngayon. Kumbaga, I don't know kung masyado ba siyang nasilaw doon. Kaya nag-comeback siya tapos eh, kahit wala namang dahilan, dinis niya yung SB19 or specifically Josh because again, Josh wins the hip hop award. Pero ang tanong ko lang, bakit, man? Bakit? Hindi mo naman kailangan eh. Diba? I assume meron sa inyong 18 dyan na gusto nyo rin si Abra, no? And correct me if I'm wrong. Kung hindi niya dinis yung SB19 and nag-comeback siya ng, alam mo yun, classic Abra, makikinig ka. Diba? Kasi ako, makikinig ako eh. Ngayon tuloy parang napapaitan ako. Napakinggan yung mga bago niyang kanta. Like, ngayon may mga nagre-request eh. May mga nagre-request na makinig sa mga kanta niya. Again, here on this channel, we're reacting based on, request. Yung isang kanta niya nakasama si Ron Henley na bago, pinag-iisipan ko. Kasi again, it's Ron Henley. It's fucking Ron Henley. I mean, halos lahat ng kanta ni Ron Henley na sa playlist ko, no? But because Abra is in that track, napapaitan ako. I don't know. I mean, kasi parang... come on, man.
In a song that he hoped would be his comeback to glory.
Carbon copy ng K-pop, fake fuck. Nagpaparinig pa sa'yo na nanahimik. Say what? Dapat dyan pinapakitaan ng tunay na rap. ASAP, ang lakas magtangkas nitong bagitong naka-make-up.
Pablo revealed in an interview that he advised Josh not to engage in a counter diss because he's planning something, which we will get back to later. But 18...
By the way, hindi ko pa napapanood yun. No, hindi ko pa rin napapanood yun kasi hanggang ngayon pinag-iisipan ko pa rin kung papanoorin ko ba yun ng buo or yun lang parang interview part lang.
Didn't just stand around in silence. They responded with a vengeance by dropping their own diss tracks to defend SB19.
By the way, this video sa kanta to ni diba? Sheree na pinuno. Come on, man. Man, di ba music video mo to? Nice, man.
19.
Ipapaka mo, habarket kwapo, disintunado. Hindi na pwede pumakapasok, lakas mo lalo. Ba't ka nandito? Mais na rapper, na magikero, di kayang tumono.
Okay, Sheree to, diba?
Sa bawat obra, lakas mabogos. Tagal di bumatil, o that's suspicious.
So the aftermath of all this was that To's Facebook page got deleted while Abra's listeners count stayed.
I mean, lagi naman eh. Pag may issue naman si Ato, lagi siya nagde-delete ng tapos babalik na naman. What the hell?
At mediocre levels. On February
33,000. What the fuck? Kasi, man. Ay, paborito ko rin kasi si Abra eh, no? So, di ko lang alam, gusto yung ginawa niya. Nalulungkot ako kasi siya ang may dahilan nito eh. Diba? Siya may dahilan yan eh. Hindi naman niya kailangan kasi. Hindi naman niya kailangan. Diba? Just imagine, no? Kung hindi nangyari yung diss track. Like, Pablo fit Abra or Abra fit Pablo. Like, just imagine that track. Diba? Pero ngayon wala na. Diba? You missed the opportunity, man. And because of that, what happened? I mean, Abra ka eh. Diba? Abra ka. And then, you have 33,000 monthly listeners. You're Abra ka eh. Right?
While Abra's listeners count stayed at mediocre levels. On February 28, The Dam broke. Easily became hands down the best music video that came out of the Philippines because of its grand and epic.
Yeah, I mean, up until now, hindi ko pa rin alam kung ba't di kaya ng Pilipinas gumawa ng itong movie, no? No? Grabe.
Scale. You can tell that making the music video wasn't cheap. They just nailed everything. The characters, the costumes, the setting, the story, the music. Man, the music. It was so unique that you would never think of hearing it anywhere else. The clever use of Filipino traditional instruments also made it stand out as a masterpiece. But my most favorite thing about the song is the lyrics. Like, who the heck talks about self-accountability and the less desirable things like temptation and greed?
Yeah.
Pablo's writing is just second to none.
I mean, it's Pablo,
The music
man.
video racked up 1 million views in 10 hours. And after 24 hours, it quadrupled that amount.
Shit,
The
man.
view count of the MV kept rising to the point of it becoming #1 trending in the country. And SB19 weren't done. 2 months later, they released the Simula at Wakas EP. And I have to give these two clowns some credit that they deserve. Because thanks to them, we got Dunka.
Oo nga, man. Thank you pala, Ato. Becca.
If Pablo describes themselves as Avengers, then this music video is their version of the iconic scene in Endgame. Just look at the amount of relevant celebrities in this video. It is also rumored that most of these celebrities showed up for free. What I love about the music video is that it exuded so much Filipino pride with so many cultural references. I appreciate the fact that they are fighting for artistic freedom, the same exact thing that I am fighting for. But my favorite part of the music video is when Pablo finally executed that plan to exact vengeance.
Kasi dito basta-basta pusta di mo kaya, oy. Kapag ako na, nagpakawala, baka ikaw pa paghahanapin nila.
Another music video that dropped the same day was
Fine. What the?
Another music video that dropped the same day was Nobody was ready for this because the lyrics of the song and the story of the music video.
By the way, nagkwento kami ni Knock Knock dito sa music video nito, no? Again, grabe yung music video nito. Sobrang unexpected nung twist sa dulo. Kasi parang usually sa ganitong klase ng music video, akala mo yung nana yung mawawala, no? Pero this time yung anak, di ba?
Did such a phenomenal job in emphasizing how brutal time could be taken for granted. It also made us realize what truly matters in this life. It was very sad, but at the same time, thought-provoking. It changed our perspective, and to some, it was even life-changing. I literally have a friend who came home from overseas to her family to retire early after watching the music video to spend time with them. Not many artists have that ability to impact lives, and SB19 are one of those few artists. And another reason why they made such an impact with this song is because they also had a taste of how brutal time could be.
Broke my heart kasi until high school, baka na-abuse. Ako tabi, nasa gitna ako ng loob ako sa akin. Sobrang grabe yung regrets. Kasi noong time na naging medyo successful na ako, may tutubo ako sa kanya.
Come on, man.
Actually, hindi pa ako nakapag-luto. Sinabi ko sa kanya na, bakit ngayon? Gusto kong gawin yung mga bagay na hindi ko nagawa sa
Hindi mo na kaya gawin, no?
Kasi, pero, ayun, feeling ko late na.
Oh, man. Salungkot naman ako.
Now I'm running out of ideas how to transition from this song. So I'll just do this.
I came in like a some bomb, I can push him down on the ground.
This song would easily be their title track and no one would even complain. The swag in the chorus just makes you feel like some invincible badass.
Yeah. Kaya yung tipong pag naglalakad ka sa daan tapos naka-headset ka, ano mo, feeling mo main character ka ng buong mundo eh, no?
The swag in the chorus just makes you feel like some invincible badass. But if you like rock, here comes Philip's Quit. This song embraces individuality and staying true to oneself in the art they produce.
By the way, no, itong kantang to, hanggang ngayon, no, sobrang I mean, yung tipong yung kailangan mong laging ipakita sa ibang tao na sorry, medyo lagi expectation ng ibang tao, di ba? Para na maging masaya sila sa'yo kahit na di na nakikita yung paghihirap mo. Alam mo yun? Tayo na. Yung na pag-usapan.
Produce, which is one of the key reasons why SB19 have stayed relevant and authentic throughout these years. They are not only aiming for the top, but they are shooting for the stars.
I see what you're doing in here, Casual Jock. Ready, aim, fire, shoot.
But they are shooting for the stars. This song conveys a message about striving for one's dreams and goals, highlighting perseverance and the power of believing to oneself. That song also communicates that the people who support them will share the same success they'll get as we hop up on their rocket.
Hop up.
So to wrap it all up, SB19 Simula at Wakas EP was an epic comeback. All tracks charted everywhere in the world, racking up millions upon millions of streams, a fitting vengeance to their haters. So what have we learned from all this? For me,
just stop, man. Stop hating SB19. Again, why? Because first, baka bumagsak yung career mo. Second, baka magkasakit ka. And third, baka mamatay ka. Yeah.
I learned that there is a healthy way to take a path of vengeance.
Yeah.
SB19 showed us that they are capable of fighting back when backed against the wall. They also proved how great of a tactician they are by picking their battles and knowing the perfect time to strike back. And I also learned how powerful 18 is, because every time SB19 gets attacked, we were always ready to clap back with a vengeance. And the rest of the obstacles that might derail SB19's path to greatness? Well, let's just say that karma will do its work. And for the haters who still say that SB19 did not pave the way, this message is for you.
It is a profound honor to stand before you today to celebrate a group that has not only captured the hearts of millions, but has elevated Filipino pride on the global stage. SB19.
Let's go.
Just as the Velarde map once guided explorers to new frontiers, SB19's music and dedication serve as a beacon for the next generation, lighting the way toward endless possibilities.
What the hell?
SB19, you are more than just artists. You are modern-day navigators, charting a path for the future of T-pop. This commemorative map, a testament to our history, symbolizes the courage to embark new journeys, where Filipino pride, resilience, and ingenuity shine brightly for the world to see.
Yes, binigay po sa amin kanina ang Murillo Velarde 1734 map is more than just a map dahil naniniwala po kami na ito po ay simbolo ng ating nakaraan at patunay ng ating kasalukuyan at gabay sa ating kinabukasan. Dahil po dito patuloy na hinihikayat namin ang bawat artista ng Pilipinas.
By the way, Like, how to be po. Like, look at the glass face here. Like, look at that, man. Like, look at that. Look at that. Like, look at this. This fucking beautiful guy in here. See this? Let's put him in here so you can see it always. Yeah, so just lamesa ko so I can always see it.
Kinabukasan, dahil po dito patuloy na hinihikayat namin ang bawat artistang Pilipino na yakapin ang ating kultura at karanasan dahil ang bawat obra ay nagiging bahagi ng makasaysayang mapa na gagabay sa susunod na
Ang ganda ng obra is nagiging parte ng makasaysayang mapa, di ba? Mapa. Yung obra mo, mapa, which is kanta nilang mapa, di ba? Na napunta na sa iba no? Pero yeah, I mean, obra, nagiging parte ng mapa ng Pilipinas kasi yung obra mo, lalo pag tumatak, nakatak siya sa map.
More than a historical document, this map represents a profound truth that our identity as Filipinos is embedded not just in our culture but in every piece of land and water that we continue to honor and protect.
Our responsibility and hope goes beyond resilience. It lies in understanding.
Nakakatawa kasi ang dami nagkasabi na parang nagkagaya sila or di sila welcome sa ganitong klase ng genre or sa ganitong klase ng genre. Puta kita, sila pa nga yung pinili na na parang isa sa mga simbolo ng parang kultura ng Pilipinas. Alam mo yun? Yung may kinalaman sa kultura ng Pilipinas, magiging Pilipino, di ba?
Of roots, embracing our identity, and acting with genuine love for our nation.
Ang karangalang ito, ang paalalang ito, at ang tungkuling ito.
Alam mo kasi, no? I feel like sobrang daming artist sa Pilipinas na pinipilit pag-itsura or sobrang maging tunog foreign. Diba? Again, marami sa atin na, ay, ayoko yan, Filipino movie, corny. Mas maganda to, Western, Hollywood. Or artist na, or singer na, ay, ano ba yan? Sarcastically ripped off. Gusto ko yung Chris Brown talaga. Yung mga ganon, diba? So, I feel like, dahil sa ganung pagtingin natin, no, maraming artist or bagong artist ngayon na yung dating nila, akala mo foreign, diba? Yung drill, I mean, nothing wrong with drill type na music, no? Pero ang nangyayari kasi is kinagaya natin yung the way gawin siya ng UK, no? Like, ang dami sa atin, the jacket pa, like, ang init-init sa Pilipinas, no? Halatang parang ginagaya mo talaga. Yun yung diferensya ng mga artist na yon sa SB19. Kasi si SB19, niyayakap nila yung pagiging Pilipino and inaangat nila yung Pilipinas, no? Alam mo yun? Pinapakita nila na, hey, guys, being Filipino is fucking cool. Like, look at us. Diba? So, yun yung pinagkaiba. Diba?
Ay hindi lang para po sa amin. Para ito sa bawat Pilipino dito man sa Pilipinas o sa iba't pang panig ng mundo. We promise to honor this responsibility, serving as a bridge between our rich history and the modern Filipino spirit.
Congratulations, SB19. Thank you for being our modern-day map makers, guiding us toward a brighter future for Filipino music
Let's
and
go!
culture. May you continue to go up, shine and culture.
Tapos biglang sumayaw ito ng go up, no? Paano kaya, no? You may continue to go up, ibibigay ko ang
Guiding us toward a brighter future for Filipino music and culture. May you continue to go up, shine brightly like the stars, proving that no challenge is too great for those who dare to dream.
Casual Chuck. Always fucking deliver, man. What? Alright. Alright, well again, that's SB19 Story Episode 7, Vengeance, man. Again, isa lang, or I mean, tatlo lang ang tutunan natin doon, no? Or isa lang actually, in total, no? Isa yung natutunan natin doon, yung isang knowledge na yun, meron yung 3-part, no? Wag ka mang hate, or wag mo i-hate yung SB19 na walang dahilan. You know, yun lang. 'Di ba? Kung ayaw mo sa kanila, just ayaw mo sa kanila. I mean, pumunta ka sa o makinig ka kung anong gusto mong pakinggan, no? Panoorin mo kung anong gusto mong panoorin. That's okay. 'Di ba? Again, hindi naman lahat magugustuhan yung SB19, di ba? Let's be honest, hindi lahat. No? Imposible mangyari yun, no? I mean, karamihan, pero hindi lahat, di ba? Maiintindihan natin yun, di ba? Pero kung ayaw mo, di wag, di ba? Hindi mo kailangan mag-hate, di ba? Magkaiba yung ayaw mo sa hate mo, di ba? Kasi pwedeng ayaw mo tong bagay na to, pero hindi mo siya hate, ayaw mo lang siya. You getting my point here? Ayaw mo yung SB19, ayaw mong, kumbaga, hindi pala ayaw. Hindi mo sila trip. Kung hindi mo sila trip, that's okay. I mean, tayo na. Iba-iba tayong trip eh. Di ba? Pero yung mag-hate ka, tapos ang masama pa doon, yung pag-hate mo, walang dahilan. Di ba? I mean, give me one reason why hate mo yung SB19. Yung valid Ayoko marinig yung, bakla, or corny, cringy. Di ba? Hindi siya valid eh. Nag-hate ka lang na walang dahilan. Diba? Kasi pag nakikringe ka kasi isang bagay, hindi mo siya trip, diba? Kasi cringy. Hindi mo siya hate, diba? Pero para gawin yung rason kung bakit ka mangi-hate, hindi siya valid. Right? Pwede kasing, dapat kasi kung mag-hate ka, like, ayoko ng SB19 kasi may ginawa silang ganito, or meron silang kanta or topic na ganito ang pangit. Yeah, that's a valid reason, diba? Kung bakit ayaw mo sila. Pero kung mag-hate ka sa kanila dahil ay bakla, masyadong pogi, or masyadong cringy. I mean, those are the reason that you usually use para sabihin or para masabi mo sa sarili mo na hindi mo sila trip. Pero, di ba? Pero hindi yun sapat na rason para mag-hate ka. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, so what we learned about this video is to stop hating SB19 without any fucking valid reason, because you will end up paano ba sabihin to? End up dead. Hindi ko alam kung paano sabihin ng mas hindi brutal na, pero tangin na kasi namatay, no? That's our reaction for today, man. Sana nagustuhan nyo. See you on the next vid. Stay awesome. Peace.